All right, what is up, everybody? My name is Noel Nolm. Welcome back to the channel. We got a super special guest today that we're going to interview here. If you guys don't know me, I'm an online fitness professional and D1 football captain at Eastern Washington University. So today we're going to interview my favorite transformation by far. We got Derek here, and so we're just going to have a good little conversation, talk about our journey that we've been through the past 6 months here. It's crazy. It's flown by, and how you've really used 2025 to recreate yourself, and it's been awesome to see. So, give everyone a rundown about who you are, where you're from, and what you do.
Like no one said, my name's Derek. I live in northern Alberta, work in the oil patch. Um, Started trying to be better about 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Lost a good chunk of weight, down about 80 pounds, and basically stalled out there, and then reached out to Nolan, and he helped me get down another 55.
Let's go. Yeah, so give everyone let's go all the way back to as far as you can remember, with your weight loss journey and yeah, if you don't mind just giving us a little bit of background about your upbringing and your journey with your fitness.
I had a great upbringing, great parents, great siblings, fairly active, even being a big guy. Played football. Um, Snowmobiled my whole life, mountain snowmobiling, which isn't easy. Definitely easier now with the weight loss. What else can I say? The one bit, my biggest vice was food. It's always been food. Everything else I can go without. And I just turned to food and ate. And at one point, I know I was about 375 pounds, and I know I was heavier, but couldn't find a scale that went bigger than or higher than that. And then in 2021, I don't know, something clicked, and it was like we got to change, and I dropped 80 pounds in 7 months. Managed to keep it off, drop a little bit more, and then kind of blaming it on I broke my wrist quadding almost 2 years ago. And then after that, I took time off of the gym. My nutrition went to crap. And actually, I just figured this out today. Back then, I knew how to eat to be 250 pounds, 260 pounds. 270 crept up on me. Then I started working with Nolan, and he has showed me how to eat to be 220. And now it's like I know how to eat to be here. There's no reason I can't be here or lower. It did come very easy working with you.
Yeah, wow, that's really cool to hear that. And I remember when we first started talking, right? You've said this before, where I can't remember when exactly I said it, but I said 210, right? And you
Yeah.
looked at me like I was crazy. Talk a little bit about that and how your idea of what's possible has completely changed.
Wow. Wow. It's like I said, I was almost 400 pounds at one point. And when we started, I was 275. I was going to be pumped to get down to 240, maybe 235. And then it just came easy almost. Like there definitely was struggles, but the weight kind of just fell off and kept falling off. And I'm sitting here at 220 being like, why not 205? Like build some muscle, get in better shape. Like I said, I'm a big snowmobiler, and that's just easier now being smaller and with more muscle. So
Yeah, very cool. What are you doing differently in this program that you weren't doing in the past, like you said, that got you to break through?
having you, having a coach, having that accountability person, everything else I did by myself. Well, I shouldn't say by myself. I had friends that were also on a diet. Started going to the gym. One of the guys at work drugged me there. When I say drug, he just asked if I'd go to the gym, and I said yes. But having that accountability person, being like on the days where they were stressful, and it's like, oh man, I don't want a meal prep. I just want to stop and grab food and go home. And then it's like, no, because then there's somebody else that is like, why'd you do that? I'm like, because I wanted. It's like, there's no good excuse. So just having you there, knowing that I'm logging my weight every day, I'm logging my food, and all of a sudden if I start lying, I'm a liar, and the only person I'm hurting is myself.
Right.
So I've people have been asking like, "Oh, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Hire a coach, straight up. Hire a coach." It makes it so much easier.
Yeah. Wow. What, like, where did the change happen where you turned food not into a vice, but into a tool, right? To get you in better shape, right? Because there had to be a switch where, like you said, you do stuff because you wanted to, maybe, like for that instant gratification or whatever you want to call it. But then
Mhm.
you kind of switched right to like every choice that you make is investing in you and your future self. Where did that shift happen and how did that, like, what was that like within you?
I think it was a light switch. It was somebody went and hit that light switch on or off, whatever you want, however you want to look at it. Where it was like, now we're losing weight. Like even the first 80 pounds came off easy. Um, and I think my biggest thing was I'm 36 years old. I'm not that old. And, but I'm getting older and it's like, I got nephews and it's just, I want to be around. And you don't see very many old fat guys. So it's like, we got to make a change. And, um, yeah, like I said, the easiest, like it's like somebody flipped a switch. Like the first 80 pounds, someone flipped a switch, somebody came back, I came back, flipped it back on, kind of fell off the rails. And then working with you, the switch has been flipped back off. And as of right now, seeing the progress I'm making, the progress in the gym, muscle definition, it's like I don't ever want to go back. Like it's not, I don't want to, I never will.
Yeah, wow.
I know how to eat to be 220. I can stay here forever now. That's like I said, I realized that today thinking about this call. I'm like, what did I get out of this? How to eat to be 220 pounds. And like you've sped my metabolism up. I know that for a fact. We've done the metabolic priming. Like even right now, eating just shy of 26 or 2,700 calories.
Yeah.
Like I'm losing weight at
Wait, wait, wait,
this,
wait, wait. So you're eating more
like
food and you're still losing weight. Say that again?
almost 1,000 calories more than when we stopped the cut. I was down to 1,700 calories, and we have raised them by 100 calories for the last however many weeks. And I, well, when we stopped, I was at 225 and I've lost 5 pounds, and I was 219.8 this morning. So, like, it doesn't even make like, well, it makes sense now once you explain it, but it's just, yeah, there's no reason to go back. I have no desire to go back. I love what I'm eating. That was probably the easiest. Like, you made the meal plans, and I'm super simple. I'm lucky that I only cook for myself, so I'm not fancy. And you just worked with me and allowed me to kind of, as long as I was hitting my macros, it seemed like you were happy to let me do my thing. So
Absolutely. Yeah. Talk about the one change that we made after the 12 weeks, right? You were doing the ATG stuff and then we started making our own program. Talk about how that has been and what your experience was like with the programming.
yeah, with your program, uh, we started out at what, 10 to 15 reps,
Yeah.
and then we dialed that right down. And as you dialed the reps down, I dialed the weight up. And yeah, like the muscle definition in my arms and my legs like is huge because of it, and just the amount of weight that I've been able to move uh in the last 12 weeks has been crazy.
That's awesome. One other thing that we were talking about the other day too, right, is what you love probably more than anything else. A is the accountability, which you already talked about, but also the community and the
Yes.
group calls. Talk a little bit about your experience with that.
um you're the first coach I've worked with. I've got buddies that have had coaches, and it is like you check in once a week. They don't actually talk to their coaches. It's kind of like you do with the check-ins. You make a video, send it off, and that's their only interaction with their coach. Where what you've got going on is you're building a community, and you have weekly calls twice a week and answer our questions. You come in with a whole pile of knowledge, like too much stuff, but it's great. Like I don't think I say too much, but it's whatever we're like interested in as clients, like that part of it is so cool. um yeah, I can't stress that part enough. So
Well, and like I said, I appreciate you a ton because you're such a valued member of that community, and that's what it's all about, right? Like, yeah, it's sad to hear that other programs are like that because uh, it's not even scratching the surface of what you could get out of it, right? For the people in the community, right?
for sure. And I know back kind of to the meal plans, like my one buddy, he hated what he was eating. I'm like, dude, you're paying this guy good money. Say something. And he's like, well, I don't talk to him. I'm like, well, figure out something that send him a message. Like, if you're hating what you're doing, why are you doing it? Like, I
Yeah.
just don't get that part of it. So,
Sounds like we got to get him in the right spot here.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's so funny too. A lot of people ask me that. Well, can I do this? And like I always tell you, right? It's about the principles of it. It doesn't matter. Okay, the difference between having tuna and salmon. Like if you hate that, we'll switch it out. And that's like everything in
yeah,
the program. You can get the same results from so many different. There's so many different ways to skin a cat, right? So,
yeah.
just- and but that only comes from, like you said, there's a ton of experience in the community. There's people that, I've so many different people that I've worked with and learned from where you can have the different variables. And I mean, you're a testament to that, right? Like even the running, like how has that been, right? Because
No,
nowhere you just were like, hey, I want to get great at running. I was like, perfect, let's do it.
yeah, like that part of it with the running, I was definitely worried because I know my cardio isn't the best. And but like you asked, you're like, what do you have a mile time or a distance? And I'm like, no, I just want good cardio. And I remember you're like perfect because that's the way people should do it is work off of heart rate. And that's all we did. And I could share my screen and show you my VO2 max, like the increase in the last 6 months, the last 12 weeks. Yeah, the last 12 weeks, it's almost went up 10 points, however, whatever the points, VO2 max points work.
Yeah. Yeah.
But uh yeah, like I'm playing softball now and I can run the bases and get back and I'm barely winded and everybody I play with is dying. And it's just like, well, I can help or I know someone that can help. Yeah, it's man, I've said before, if you told me 5 years ago that I would be running a 5K every other week, I'm like, yeah, no, no. But here I am running a 5K every other week
Here you are. That's
or
incredible.
once a week.
Yeah.
So
What else has been so awesome for you in your transformation? You've been telling me everybody obviously is complimenting you, and people don't even recognize you that haven't seen you in a couple months. Talk
yeah.
a little bit about that and just what others have noticed about you, right? Because it's different for us. We see it every day, the transformation, but for other people, they don't see you for a while. It's drastic.
Yeah, the biggest thing is how much my face is slimmed down. And that's well, like that's the biggest compliment is uh just looking good. Um my thing, and I mentioned this the other day, is my shadow skinny. I just realized that the other day. I was like, my shadow's never been skinny, but now it is, and that throws me for a loop still when I see it.
Yeah,
So
that's awesome. Talk a little bit about, remember that first call that we had and some of the hesitations that you had before you joined the program and the community.
my biggest hesitation was not just letting myself down, was letting you down as a coach. Like if I happen to fail, just because I've never had anybody else that cared, yeah, that works. Had anybody else that cared or was in my corner as much as you are, and that was my biggest hesitation. But then once we started working, it was like, well, you're not. You're there to make sure, not make sure that doesn't happen, because at the end of the day, it was my job to make sure it didn't happen. But you answered every single question I had, even before when we talked a couple times ahead of time, before we started working together, and it just you made it easy. At the end of the day, it was, and I like now I can't stress that enough. Like I said, everybody that has asked, like, well, what are you doing? I got a coach. Hire a coach. Take the guesswork out. Let them do give you what you need to do, and then you just go do it to the best of your ability. And if you do that, you're going to see results, plain and simple.
Hmm. Yeah, 100%. What would you say to someone who is on the fence, or, somebody out there that's watching this video that's in the shadows struggling with where they are, or just in a spot where they're stuck, like kind of like when we first got on, right? Where you're kind of in this limbo, and there is a change on their heart that needs to be made, but what would you say to that person that's on the fence?
That you don't have to do it alone would be the biggest thing. Um, and I really think it's easier than they think. It's a few life changes, depending on how much they want to, what their goal is. If it's just to lose weight, it's easier than you think. And I don't know, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, no, that would be my biggest thing. Is everybody, not everybody, but I feel like people are um making it seem like, oh, I got to eat salads and, like you said, salmon or something you don't like. It's like, no, you don't. You just have to eat clean, enjoy it, figure out what you like to eat, and do the program, and you'll lose the weight or build the muscle, whatever you're trying to do. Follow the steps
Yeah, absolutely.
and be a part of the community. Be a part of the community. Get on those phone calls like with you and the rest of us and ask your questions. There's no stupid questions. And I don't know, like I've come at you with the goofy little foot shit that I do, and it's like, what do you think of this? And so far, you're all like, good for you. You're on the right track. And I'm like, all right, I thought I was weird, but yeah, no, I feel like there's so much information out there, and there's so much conflicting information. Join the group, do the work, and you'll see results.
Hmm, love it. You're such an inspiration. Like, your story is incredible, Derek. Share with everyone, like, what's the future for you look like? I know you got, the event coming up this summer. Just talk to people a little bit about where are you headed now?
Signed up for a Spartan race, 10K. Yeah, 10K, 20 some obstacles on August 9th.
Let's go.
And I was nervous. And now I feel like it's going to be hard, but like from where I'm at, it's going to be a good hard. I'm got another month and a bit of training, and I'm pumped for it. And then going forward, cut down 205 and hit snowmobile season in the best shape I've ever been in. Like we ran through sled season, and I was in a cut all last sled season, and that made snowmobiling hard. So coming into sled season this year, I'm going to be in a maintenance phase, and I'm pumped for it.
Let's go. Love it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And I
Well,
guess the other thing is to help anybody that needs help going forward. Turn them your way or give out tips. I had lunch with a buddy today, and we were chatting, and it's like, man, I'm no expert. I've learned from an expert. And whatever I can do to help somebody else make changes, yeah, I'm all for that.
awesome. That's so great. And that's the biggest thing for me is seeing your story. Like, you have such a, like I said, such an inspirational path, and so much that other people can learn from. So you're gonna crush all those goals, and yeah, I'm excited to see what you do. Even just like I said, reading the books, doing everything. You're a really great leader, and I want you to know that. So it's been an honor to do
Thanks,
this
man.
together. I'm excited to keep going, and yeah, get you right for sled season. You're gonna be slicing and dicing up there in the powder.
Yeah, I couldn't be more excited. And it's so far away.
Spartan race first, right? Spartan race.
Spartan race first. Yeah, I'm pumped for that too. Very excited for that.
Awesome. Well, do you got any last thoughts for the people watching, Derek?
Get a coach. Get a coach, man. That's that's it. When it comes down to it, get let someone do the work. I've already said it. Let someone do the work for you, or give you the tools to so you can do the work.
100%.
Yeah,
Well,
take the guesswork out.
yeah, 100%. I love it. You heard the man. So if you guys are struggling, There's a link down below. You guys can book in a call to see if we can help you guys and if we're a good fit. If you don't want to get on a call, just go follow me on Instagram. We can start a conversation in the DMs, go from there. That's what we do. We're here to make transformations and do incredible things like Derek has done. So I appreciate all you guys. Like, subscribe for more videos showing you how to get in the best shape of your life and keep making it happen. Out.